Now that you have downloaded electronic report card, let us now start. So the first that you need to open will be the output front card boys. Okay, let's open this. Once this is open, you have to change your region, your division, and put your school logo here. Change your name of school, the school ID, the school address, and the school year. And then type here the name of the advisor or your name. So for example, we have here Juan, okay, de la Cruz. And type also the name of your principal. So for example, Juana de la Cruz. And just adjust this for centering. And then type here again the name of your principal, Juana de la Cruz, and center it. And then you also need to change the position of your principal. Okay, so once this is through, you just click File and click Save. Okay, so once that it is saved, just click the Close button, and then we will proceed to front card girls. So open output front card girls and do the same. Change your region, your division, put your school logo here, change your name of school, your school ID, your school address, the school year. Okay, type the advisor's name, Juan de la Cruz, and type your principal's name, Juana de la Cruz, and center it. And type also again here your principal's name, Juana de la Cruz, center it, and change also the status of your principal or the position of your principal. Once this is through, you click File and then you click Save. Okay, so once it is through saving, you close this, and then we are done with the output front card boys and front card girls. Okay, now click the main menu. Click the main menu, open it, and let us go here to generate worksheets for front of card. So you just click generate output front card boys. Okay, let us click. As you can see, it is generating from B1 to B50. So we have here the blank front cards for 50 students, and these are all boys. So you can have a maximum of 50 boys with their cards. Okay, so once the 50 cards are generated, 50 blank front cards are generated, click File and then click Save. Again, click Save and not click Save As. Do not change the file names since the file names are included in the program. Okay, once you are through saving, again close this one, and then let us proceed to generate output front card girls. So click this, and again it will generate 50 blank front cards for girls. Okay, once it is through generating, you click File and again click Save. Okay, so just wait for several seconds while it is saving. Once it is done saving, you close this again. Okay, so minimize this one, and then let us proceed to entering our data. Okay, so let us input our data here. So we have here several columns. We have the name, the LRN, the age, sex, grade, and section. Okay, so you can get this from your SF1 or your master list or any ready-made files. Okay, so I have here an example of a master list. Okay, I have here the list of names, the LRN, the age, sex, section, and grade. Okay, so I will just I will copy all the names of my boy students. This is just an example. So right click and click copy. And then let us go back to input data front card. So here, right click and then click the 1, 2, 3 icon. You paste them. And then I will proceed to G1 here. And I will go back to my master list. Okay, so I will click the first girl student or G1, right click and then click copy. I will go back to the input data. Okay, beside G1, I will right click and then I will click the 1, 2, 3 button or icon. There. So all the names of my students are pasted. And then on the first student, on the LRN of the first student for B1, drag your mouse, okay, until the section and drag it downward so that you will highlight up to G50. Okay, or rather G50, let's make it as G50. So once all of this are highlighted, you may go back and then you right click here, click format cells, and then make sure that text is highlighted. Once it is highlighted, click OK. So we have to make sure that all the cells here are in text format. Okay. And then to be sure, click File and click Save. But do not close this first. We still have to copy the data. Let us go back to my master list example. We are now going to copy the LRN. Okay, so highlight all the LRNs of the boy students, right click and then click copy. Now do not paste this immediately to the Excel or the input because it will be converted to numbers. So what we are going to do is that we are going to open Notepad. Now since this is Windows 8, so I will just click here search. I will open Notepad and I will type Notepad. Okay, so once your Notepad is open, right click and then paste the values that you have copied and then highlight everything, or you may press Ctrl A and then right click copy. Okay, so minimize this. We can now go back to input data and then right click and click here the icon which is letter A, keep text only, and then click paste. Now you might see here that there is a warning for errors. Just click this one and then ignore error. Okay, and make sure that all the data are left aligned. Okay, so let us now copy the LRN for females or girls. I will go back here to my master list example and then I will highlight all the LRNs, right click and then click copy. I will paste it here, so delete this first and then paste the new one, right click, paste, and then I will highlight everything, right click and then click copy. Okay, minimize, and then I will go back now to my input data front card. So I will now be on G1, LRN of G1, right click and then click paste. Again, ignore the error there. So I have now pasted the LRN. I will again copy the ages. So I will go back to my master list example. I will copy the ages of all the boys. Same procedure, right click, copy, notepad, delete this one, right click, paste, okay, highlight everything, and then right click and copy. And go back here to our input data front card, right click and then paste. Again, ignore the error, click this one and click ignore error. So let us now proceed to the female. I will go back to my master list example, copy all the ages of the girls, right click, copy, go back to notepad, delete all the data, right click, paste, highlight everything, right click and copy, go back to input data front card, okay, right click and then click the paste button or the A icon, and then again ignore error. So for sex, you can just type here capital M and then make sure that you are here at the bottom of the box and that the cross has turned into a thin cross, and then just drag it and release. So you have now all males. Again, make sure that all the data here are left aligned. Okay. And for the female, the same. Type here F, click, then put your cursor here so that when it turns to a slimmer cross, drag it up to the last female student and release. Again, make sure that all the data are left aligned. And for your grade, okay, assuming that these students are in grade 9, so type here grade 9, ignore error, and then put the cursor here, and when the cross turns into a slimmer one, drag it there. So again, highlight everything and click this one, ignore error. Oh, sorry. So you have to put here 2 9s first. Okay. So once you have here 2 9s, highlight them. Okay, and when the cursor turns into a slimmer cross, drag up to the last male. Okay, and highlight first so that we can ignore the error. Click and click ignore error there. So the same procedure applies here. 9, or rather 9 and 9. Okay, highlight the 2 9s, put your cursor here, and when the cross changes to slimmer one, drag it and then highlight it again so that this will appear. Click and then click ignore error. And for your section, let's say my section is Macapagal. Okay, so I will just type 1 here and then make sure that it is left aligned, and then drag your file. Okay, so I now have Macapagal for all students. The same process applies here. Type Macapagal, okay, and click there, put your cursor here, and when it changes, drag it. Okay, so make sure that it is left aligned. So since we have completed our name, our LRN, age, sex, grade, and section, you can now save this. Okay, do not mind this first. Okay, so we can now save this file. Click file, click save. Okay, Once this is saved, you can now close this one, and let us go back again to our main menu. So we will now be creating our front of card. Okay, so for front of card, we have only two steps: generate front of report card for boys and generate front of report card for girls. Okay, so let us now click generate front of report card for boys. There, so we are now generating all the data that we had copy pasted. So with one click, all your report card, all your front of report cards for boys is done. Now in a single click, you have created your cards for boy students. So as you can see, for B1, you have here the first student, the age, the grade, the sex, section, the LRN. And when you click here B2, this is the second student, B3, B4, B5, and since I have 31 male students, I can check it here by clicking this, okay, and then I will stop here at B31 to check. There, so my B31 student has now its front of card. When you click on B32, since there's no entry there, it is blank. Okay, so you click this again to go back to B1. Now, since you're through with this, let us print this later on. Okay, so just click File, let us just save this, and click Save. Again, click Save and not Save As. So click Save. You have just finished. In one click, you have finished creating your cards for 31 students. Okay, just close this. And let us now create the card for, okay, since I am through with this master list example, I can close this. Okay, so let's now proceed to step 2. We are now going to generate the front of report card for girls. So click this one. In one click, your cards for 21 female students is done. It's that simple. Just 1 or 2 clicks and you're done with your card. You will just print them. Okay, you click this one so that you will go back to G1. So check there, I have the data or the front of my card for my G1 students, G2, G3, G4, and since I have 20 girl students, let me check. Okay, so this is the last female student, and G21 is already blank. Okay, so we are through. So once you are done, click File again and click Save. So there, you are through with your male and female students creating their front of cards. And then close this one. Okay.